Every child deserves an opportunity, a safe place to thrive. But in Cincinnati, 40% of children live in poverty. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Cincinnati is raising $50 million to develop a new generation of leaders, to find students their first jobs, to open doors to trades, universities, the military, and to put them on a path to a life of self-sufficiency and purpose. Donate to the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Cincinnati at bgcgc.org. You can be the difference.
Hi, we're Heather and Brian Arlinghouse with Arlinghouse Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
It's time to spring into savings. Schedule your 16-point early bird energy saver AC tune-up for just $69.
Plus, we'll include a free leak check.
The early bird really does get the worm. Our expert technicians will thoroughly inspect your system to ensure it is operating safely and efficiently.
Claim your early bird energy saver AC tune-up for just $69. Book now at arlinghouseair.com.
The Happy House Guys.
Your morning starts now. It's the Q102 Jeff and Jenn podcast, brought to you by CVG Airport. New horizons are just a click away. Explore the Voyager, our one-stop travel tool. Go to cvgairport.com/Voyager.
Christian is looking for a second date update with a woman named Melody. Hey, Christian, how are you?
What's up?
Let's start from the beginning. Tell us how you met Melody and how that first date went.
I mean, that's being honest. We met on Tinder, and we went out like twice, and we ended up like sleeping together like 6 times.
Wow. On 6 different occasions or all on the same night?
Yeah, I mean, nah, bro. It's like I'm not that good, but we had a pretty good time. Let's just put it that way.
That's the rule of Fran times 2.
But we did dinner and drinks at her place, my place, backseat of her car. You know, things was good. And we got to know each other. We talking a lot. There was actually substance, I would say, more than anything. You know, we was talking about important stuff. You know, our work, our family.
Right.
You know, she's pumped about the new Star Wars movie. You know, so we was talking about going to a theater. We was going to watch the marathon of all of them. You know, we was going to spend the whole day and just chill. You know, we made plans to do this next week.
And that never happened.
I was feeling like something was going to happen, but she just basically, you know, ghosted her brother. I don't know other way to put it.
Okay. And was there anything that happened, like when you guys, the last time you guys were together, that, you know, wasn't quite right or felt weird or awkward or?
Well, the only thing is the last time is we FaceTime. She had me actually FaceTime her sister. They was at the gym, and I'm FaceTiming them. They on their machine joking around, but like that's basically the last time me and her really interacted. So I don't know if her sister got in her ear.
Oh.
But something just, poof.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And if her sister did get in her ear, would you love to know, like, well, what bug did she drop to poison the well?
Exactly. Like, I'm just hoping to, like, figure it out, but it's like whatever my spidey sense is tingling on that. We FaceTime, we go copacetic, and then boom, poof.
All right.
Nada, you know? I don't know.
Well, why don't we take a break here, then when we come back, we'll call Melody, see what's going on with her and how she's feeling about Christian these days. A second date update continues next with Jeff and Jenn here at Cincinnati's Q102.
When a child gets diagnosed with autism, ADD, ADHD, OCD, and any number of behavioral issues, first thing doctors want to do is medicate.
This is Sherry from Brain Balance. The first question you should have is what's going on in the brain? Why does my child have this diagnosis? We have that answer at Brain Balance. We can tell you what's going on in the brain, and we can help.
For more information and to get an assessment, call 513-707-0125.
Or go to brainbalance.com.
Well, Christian and Melody met on Tinder, and they spent quite a bit of time together, shall we say. Christian said it wasn't just that. He felt something substantive. I think substantive was the word he used. And they had all these plans to get together and do stuff and spend more time together. But he's wondering if maybe she's having second thoughts, if her sister got into her head, poisoned the well against Christian. You know, the last time they FaceTimed, her sister was there. And he's wondering if maybe she said something or influenced Melody in some way. So we're going to call her, see what's going on, get her take on her time with Christian, and just see what's up.
Hello.
Hi, can we speak to Melody, please?
Who's this?
It's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you this morning?
Wait, like the radio?
Yes, we're all here. We got Fritch, Tim, the whole gang.
Morning.
Morning.
Wait. That motherfucker called you, didn't he? Unbelievable.
You talking about Christian?
What'd he do?
If he did something, he's unaware.
He didn't know it.
Wow.
What did Christian do? What's going on? He said everything. He thought everything was good between you.
Oh my God, what an asshole. He went back to the same bar where we first met after we had slept together. Actually, right after we had slept together. And he got drunk, picked up some other drunk chick, and then got thrown out because they were in the bathroom.
Oh.
You sure it was him?
Of course. If that isn't a man answer.
I was going to say the same thing.
It's like, wasn't me. That's
Who are you trying to
deny till
take
you
up
die.
for?
Wasn't me.
Well, how did you find out?
You weren't even involved.
Okay, so I have been friends with the bartender there for 10 years, and she told me everything. She even took pictures of them sitting there being all sloppy drunk, and that was a really thing to do. Seriously.
For sure. Yeah.
Christian?
You said that a lot like Anastasia Steele, just so you know.
We never said we was exclusive. Like, if we had that conversation, I would have skipped all that.
Are you serious? He's on the
No,
phone?
like, seriously, if you wanted to pick up a guy in the parking lot or something like that, I'd be cool with that. I couldn't say nothing about it because we hadn't had the exclusivity talk.
Oh, my God. And so you're... This is crazy to me. Are you guys hearing him?
This isn't fair, because if we wanted to talk about seeing other people, then I'd be down with that. But unless you tell me that's what you want, this fair game for both of us. I mean, you got to tell me what you want.
So you're saying starting now, if I want to be exclusive with you, that's cool?
But like, if you're coming from a Tinder hookup, you don't think an exclusive conversation is fair?
Well,
Bro,
I just feel like...
Exactly, bro. Like, you don't make it out to be what it wasn't. And I'm trying to make it into something that it was. Or could
What
be.
are you talking about? There were people that saw you that I know, and I've been going on and on about how great you were, and then they saw you do that.
But that's what I'm saying. We never had the exclusivity clause. You know what I mean? So we never talked about it like that.
Oh, my God.
Because if you had the exclusive conversation, you were both in agreement. Christian, you're saying that you would not have done it.
You wouldn't have done it.
The exclusivity talk. Yes, bro. Like, everybody has that conversation. Like, you can't say that we have rules.
I don't think she's saying you need to
It's
have...
just being a human.
Yeah.
You don't like, screw someone and then turn around and go back into the same bar and screw someone else.
Yeah.
Swiping, yo. I swipe on you and I swipe on somebody else. You swipe on me, you swipe on somebody else. Until we had the exclusivity talk.
Exclusivity talk. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You should be wondering why I haven't run you over.
Yo, whatever, bro. Like, y'all trying to paint it out to be what it wasn't, and it wasn't what it is. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
We was vibing. We was making plans.
Yeah, we were vibing and making plans, and then you went and screwed some other girl right after we had sex in my car.
That's a problem.
Yes, you did.
That is...
I mean, just cleanliness. Did you stop and shower anywhere in between?
Don't even make it like I'm a bad dude now all of a sudden. Your thumbs work as good as mine.
It's like one of those things, like as a woman, I just don't want to know that you did it. You know what I mean? Like, clearly we didn't have the talk, but I don't want to know that you're that kind of guy that went out after me and got some more. I don't know. I just don't want to know.
And I don't want it happening in front of my friends.
Yeah.
You know, you throw in that humiliation factor there a little bit.
If it wasn't even her friend, then this wouldn't be an issue because nobody would have said nothing. And it's like you go to dinner and then you go to dessert. Somebody going to say, oh, will you turn your back on the restaurant because you went for dessert somewhere else?
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is something for people to
been an
discuss and
education.
debate. And let's,
Now we
talk
know.
about it at work and see which side you fall on.
I was hungry.
Oh, God.
Well, Melody, we appreciate you taking the call. And Christian, I'm sorry. Best of luck to you in the future.
May the force be with you.
But stay away from me.
That was not received well. So, Fritch, did you and Scott have an actual exclusivity conversation?
No, we never talked about that. I just kind of moved in and we stopped dating. Like, we both just kind of stopped dating other people. And I stopped dating other people before him. But because we never had the talk, he kind of was going out, I guess, like, I don't know, talking to someone else still. And I was like, why are you doing that? Like, isn't this like a thing? And so that's kind of like how we had the conversation. But it was never like, I'm your girlfriend, you're my boyfriend. we're just done dating other people, right? Because I'm not sticking in this situation if you're not done dating other people.
Kim, how did your exclusivity conversation go?
I don't know. I think it just happened, and then there was a discussion like, what are we?
What is this? What is this thing that we're doing?
And then that was the end, and we just celebrated 10 years.
Nice. Congratulations.
Jen, have you ever had an exclusivity conversation?
Not that I recall.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, Kristen just told me that she was my girlfriend, and
you were okay with it?
I didn't really have a choice in this.
Like, all right.
This is happening. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you have to have that convo, though, because if something happens, then it's like, with me and Scott, like he went out with somebody else, and I'm like, what, did you just go on a date with somebody else? Like, what the hell is that about?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's my fault, I wasn't dating all along. But until we had the conversation, then it's like, you're done.
It seems weird that he expected that on the first date or whatever that was. He said that.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. He's right. They did hook up on Tinder. They were at a bar. She did go home and sleep with him. Not that I'm saying that gives him a hall pass to go out and bleep whoever he wants, but it's like, it was just.
But he shouldn't be surprised that she didn't want to date him.
That she was upset about it.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, for the longest time, I just remember strongly resisting putting a label on whatever this was between us.
Between you and Kristen?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I just hated the term girlfriend and boyfriend.
I think that's an age thing too. It feels weird when you're 37 and you're like, this is my girlfriend.
Right.
This is my boyfriend.
And at that point, I had already been married twice.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, I don't know. We didn't really, in the beginning, we didn't plan for it to happen. We were friends first. So as it sort of evolved.
Yeah.
People were like, what's going on there? I'm like, nothing. We're just really good friends.
We're just hanging out.
Yeah. With benefits.
But so we're doing everything a boyfriend and girlfriend does. That's why I love the word partner, because it just feels so all encompassing.
Yeah. But for the longest time, though, we didn't have that conversation. And I remember people would see us out, and I guess some advertisers on Q102 were confused because we hadn't talked about it on the air, and they knew that I had been married before. And so somebody asked, I remember Bryson Lair takes me out to lunch, and he's like, listen, it's none of my business, and you don't have to answer this question, but people are wondering, who is this woman? And I'm like, it's my friend.
And then she got mad because she got wind that you said friend, and you're like, no. We are more than friends. You called me your friend?
Well, I just said, listen,
Fritz is your friend.
We have this. Yeah. Okay. I was just like, I don't know what to call it. It's just, we're enjoying each other's company, and, I like it. We're companions. I don't know.
I wonder what Scott says about me when I'm not there. Does he call me his girlfriend? I bet he says this is Penelope's mom.
He said, yeah. This is my baby mama.
This is my baby mama, sugar mama. No.
But I remember Bryson said to me, he goes, listen, man, he goes, you don't have to put a label on anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, we don't have to put a label on anything. So I just, would continue whenever I would reference her. I'm like, yeah, this is my friend Kristen. And you're right. She sat me down one time and she goes, yeah, so I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
I am your girlfriend. Oh. So we're doing that. You want to put a label on it? She's like, that's what, stop it. This is what we are.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing this long enough now that we can acknowledge that we are. Okay. But you're right. I like partner better. I don't know. Girlfriend and boyfriend is just weird to me.
I always say partner, Scott. This is my partner, Scott.
We had known each other since 2008. But we didn't really kind of get romantically involved until a couple of years later.
Yeah.
And years went by. We just we both kind of resisted that label, but at some point, she kind of came around on that. And she's like, I want us to be a couple. I want us to acknowledge the fact that we're a couple. I am your girlfriend. Okay. And then 13 years later, we got married.
Yeah. You guys,
But that's why yesterday was kind of funny, because when her flight got canceled, right? And she ended up being diverted to Louisville to get home. And she said, all right, I'm landing in Louisville. I was like, great, I'll come get you. She's like, nah, don't come. What are you talking about? That's too far. You're going to be in the car 4 hours. I'll rent a car. Rent a car. You're going to go through the hassle of renting a car and going through all that?
I would have been.
She's like, I'll rent the car from Louisville. I'll drop it off at CBG. And I'm thinking, well, I got to go out and get her anyway.
Might as well drive an extra hour and a half.
Well, not just that, but it's like, I haven't seen you in weeks.
Yes.
I want to catch up. Like, it'll be fun. And we could grab dinner on the way home.
See, and that's what I think too. Like, I would have almost been insulted. Like, you didn't think I was going to come get you? I'm coming to get you. You're not renting a car.
Well, there was a second.
No.
And then she was like, well, I've already reserved it. So there was like a second where I was like, do you not want me to come?
Yeah. Did you not even think about me?
So I responded like this, and I was joking because I thought it was funny. I'm like, look, you're not just my wife. You're my girlfriend. I use the girlfriend term as a kind of a joke. And I said, and this is so true, like, and if you were my girlfriend, I would totally come get you, because you know how comfortable and practical we get when we're a married couple? Oh, that's ridiculous. Don't.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? No, don't drive. You have things to do.
But if it's your girlfriend,
But
you're
when
driving
that's your girlfriend,
6
hell
hours.
yeah, you're going to Louisville to pick her up.
I'm surprised you didn't get her in Philadelphia.
Honest to God, she said, because by the time we got home, she left the apartment in Philly at 10 o'clock.
Oh,
And we're still trying to inch our way off of I-75 at the 42 exit in Union at like 4:30, 5 o'clock or whenever that was. She's like, yeah, if I had left at 10 o'clock, like, I'd be about where we are now, just getting home.
Just driving.
If I had just driven it.
Wow.
Yeah. But it worked out. I'm glad it worked out.
When you're younger, though, and you say, as a man or a woman or whatever, and you say, well, I don't really want to put a label on it. Do you feel like that's kind of a cop-out?
No, I feel like it's a response to pressure. I feel like you're rebelling against the pressure because everybody, and I still feel this way. Like, I still have, not PTSD, but I still have a reaction. It's still sort of a trigger that people were in such a rush to put a label on us, because I was still processing. Like, there were a couple of years there where I was still processing the end of my second marriage. And I was still trying to figure out who I was and what I wanted. But I knew that I had this person in my life that was really important to me. And I knew for sure that she was someone that I planned to know forever. I just wasn't quite at the point where I was sure that this was like my soulmate.
Mm-hmm.
But then when even that became apparent, I almost felt like you're sort of cheapening it by putting some kind of label on it. Like, we're so much more than that. And and that's why, like, girlfriend and boyfriend to me just sort of felt like a disservice for me anyway.
Because it's more than a girlfriend.
That's what right. That's what it felt like to me.
You.
Yeah.
But when you're 19 and you say, I don't want to put a label on it, is that because you don't want to put a label on it?
I don't know, but yeah, because you're 19 and you want to play.
It's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So, anyway. But that was a fun ride back. It was good to catch up.
Until you got to Florence.
Until we got to Florence. I'm like, is it like this every day here? When would I ever be on 71, 75 heading northbound in Union, Florence, that area, trying to get off at that? Like, that, it had to have been a half hour.
Well, I think the challenge is, too, though, is you got to remember that 275 bridge is down to one lane in both directions. So that tends to back up. Like, in that airport, kind of Hebron, whatever area, that ends up backing up. So then other people start taking other routes.
All right.
And then those other routes start backing up. And I just think that little area of Northern Kentucky is just so saturated with people trying to get to wherever they need to be.
Yeah, that was maddening.
Yeah.
Is that there was a wreck on, there was like a wreck in Fort Mitchell. So the GPS was telling me to take 275. And when I looked at the map, like it looked better. It was in the green. But then all of a sudden it had me getting off at 42 because they were saying, traffic is backed up 71, 75. I'm like, oh, so I followed the GPS like an idiot.
Yeah. Because it's going to save you 4 minutes.
And then that was
just
messed.
stayed on. Yeah.
So that was just.
You should have just had dinner somewhere in Florence and just took a break.
That's what I said. She goes, honestly, I just want to
be home.
Get home,
By that time when you've been traveling so much.
And I was like apologizing. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I was trying to get us there faster. The GPS said did this. She goes, honey, I'm so glad to be off a plane. I'm so glad I'm not stuck in D.C. right now.
Because it could have been a lot worse for her.
She's like, we're good. We got air conditioning. we're fine.
I did hear today, I was watching the news a little bit earlier this morning, and they were talking about today is going to be the busiest day for the 4th of July travel season. If you're on the road, they said between noon and 9 p.m. today is when a lot of people are going to start hitting the road to go out of town, to the lake or to the wherever they're going for the 4th of July.
Wow.
Because they want to start getting there.
Right.
And they keep talking about all these record-breaking numbers of people traveling, and I guess it's true.
Record-breaking as in, like, we've never had this many passengers travel on this day in history.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like more and more people are just like, get me out of wherever I need to be. Get like and wherever you are, like your home.
Yeah. Furiel says, yes, unfortunately, traffic northbound in Florence Union is like that every day. Wow. Yeah, on the way out, though. Smooth sailing, man. Oh, yeah, that was easy. All right, 8:24 coming up.
Thanks for listening to the Q102 Jeff and Jen Morning Show podcast, brought to you by CVG Airport.